Good evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Thursday, May 11, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. POMEROON targeted for major coffee, coconut, citrus industries, says Ali. Energy security investments discussed as top U.S. officials. Visits Guyana. Law passed to license to register electric bikes. Government exploring measures to improve road conditions at KWEBANNA, and vendors fed up of flooding in Georgetown. Now for the news in detail. The Guyana government is looking to attract investors to enhance the POMEROON region as a major export location for high-value products, such as coffee, coconut, and citrus, as well as explore new industries such as cocoa. Vanu Manikchand reports.
President Dr. Irfan Ali on Thursday led a team of cabinet ministers to several areas in Region 2, including the POMEROON, where he engaged farmers on a number of issues. The head of state indicated that his government wants to promote sustainable and resilient agriculture that will see special initiatives being undertaken across the country.
One of the projects we are working with for POMEROON is to see how we can get big investors with huge capital. Come and work with the small farmers because we want to reignite the coffee industry. We want to expand the coconut industry, but those are permanent crops. The coffee, coconut, the citrus. So that POMEROON can be an important export location for these three important commodities, including cocoa. We are now doing some research in cocoa.
According to President Ali, there is tremendous potential in the POMEROON to make the coffee industry large-scale for regional and international markets.
I was looking at the three types of coffee, Liberica, Robusto, and Arabica. I don't know if you know, but POMEROON produced Liberica. Liberica is only 2% of the world production. Liberica is formerly known as elephant beans. It's a bigger bean. And so there is a tremendous possibility in us reviving the coffee industry.
Additionally, the president noted that efforts are also being undertaken to enhance high-value crops along the POMEROON.
We understand that small farmers need to live also from day to day and to have revenue coming in on a monthly basis. So I've asked the minister to look at ways in which we can find high-value crop that can be done on the shade houses and help the farmers on every farm, the small farm, to at least have a shade house that is not subject to the harshness of the weather or flooding. And under those shade houses, we do high-value crops that can give you consistent income to support yourself and expand your own families and your own prospect.
Another initiative that government is carrying out in the POMEROON is raising the level of farmlands there to protect against flooding. At least 550 farmers in POMEROON will benefit from these works. 2 excavators have already been dispatched to the area and have commenced these works, while dredging works are also being undertaken.
The most important investment in the coming year for POMEROON, as more persons go back to the land, would be additional machines. Yeah. And so we're going to, in the new budget, we're going to budget to have 2 additional mini excavators here next year to support the POMEROON. So you have your 2 long boom now on the pontoon. You have 2 mini excavators that is coming within the 2 to 3 weeks. And then we have 2 additional that we'll put in the budget next year. So we have 4 mini excavators and the 2 on the pontoon, and we'll see. And we'll still have the other main private contractor that will be working in the POMEROON. So this is how I see things evolving in the POMEROON.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
New laws to regulate the use of electric bikes on Guyana's roadways were passed in the National Assembly on Wednesday. This will now see e-bikes having to be licensed and registered, and an age restriction has been placed on those who use this mode of transportation. Luanda McAllister tells us more.
The Motor Vehicles and Road Traffic Amendment Bill 2023 was tabled in the National Assembly on April 24th and came up for second reading as well as debates on Wednesday, after which it was passed with support from the parliamentary opposition. The amendments to the Motor Vehicles and Road Traffic Act sought to place electric cycles under the same legislative regime as motorcycles, which will now require e-bikes to be registered and licensed. This means that persons under 16 years will not be able to operate these electric bikes, since that is the age limit to obtain a provisional motorcycle license. Home Affairs Minister Robertson Ben stated that the rapid emergence of electric bikes over the past years due to their availability and affordability warrants Guyana's laws to address the use of e-bikes.
We have had to take into account the fact that we should not leave a gap in the way our laws are written, so that the question of whether a motor, as stated in the law, refers only to a gasoline or a diesel or a gas-powered motor, that it is now an electric motor, and we wanted to have that clearly defined by this amendment in the laws.
According to statistics, 11 persons have been killed and 14 injured from using e-bikes during the period 2021 to date. Last year alone, there were 7 electric bike-related road fatalities recorded in Guyana and at least 1 already in 2023. In light of this, Opposition Member of Parliament Geeta Chandan Edmund posited that these amendments are born out of a need of public safety and to maintain law and order. As such, she pleaded the APNU-AFC opposition's support for the new legislation.
As legislators, we on this side of the House, we are here to make laws that are designed for the protection of the Guyanese people, and any bill that intends to do that shall receive our support. We do not see a syllable in this amendment that can prevent us from joining hands and singing hymns for Guyana's children. So as the honorable member says, I'm here to make noise. This is the noise that I am making, and my noise will be for the benefit of myself and the Guyanese people.
The support from the opposition was welcomed by Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandalal.
We recognize the importance of this e-cycle from many perspectives. We recognize its environmental friendly nature. We recognize that it's a cheap source of transportation for those who are more vulnerable in our society. We also recognize that it is a quick and expedient mode of transportation in our country. So we embrace this mode of transportation, but we thought it fit that it should be brought into regulation.
Luanda McAllister reporting for the Evening News.
A water pump has been installed at Tugbur in New Amsterdam to assist with draining the northeastern end of the town. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports that President Dr. Irfan Ali is expected to commission the pump on Friday.
The pump is outfitted to take water from Tugbur and deposit it into the Kanji River. The entire Vrymans urban area frequently floods as a result of rainfall, with the Vrymans Urban Housing Scheme seeing water covering the entire road network during heavy downpours. Additionally, heavy vegetation on the waterways have been impeding the flow of water. During a visit to the town in April 2022, President Dr. Irfan Ali was told about the situation and the need for a drainage pump to be installed in the town. President Ali on that occasion promised that this will be done. That commitment came on the heels of promises by both local government and regional development minister Nigel Daramal and agriculture minister Zulfikar Mustafa that drainage pumps will be made available in New Amsterdam. Meanwhile, councillor for that section of the town, Olga Stevens, expressed her appreciation for the piece of equipment.
Now, it took the flooding to bring forward this promise, because this pump was promised in New Amsterdam quite a while since the president came, and I'm sorry that the resident had to suffer exceedingly this last time for that to happen. But anyhow, I'm still grateful that the pump is present now. And the next thing is that the coker has to be repaired, the revetment has to be repaired for that to be very, very effective. Because if the coker goes, the pump would be of no effect.
Meanwhile, candidate for the same constituency at the upcoming local government elections, James King, feels that the development will bring immense benefits to the town.
When it's flooding time, we have a problem. That's a problem that's facing New Amsterdam flooding. So the pump there is to assist us in getting the water over to the creek in that regard. Apart from the pump, we need some revetment work because we're getting breakage in tugboat where the road, where the canal cannot take off all the water. So the force that coming is breaking the walls of the canal. So we need some revetment work in tugboat to enhance the flooding and the deterioration of the trench.
President Ali is expected to be in the town on Friday to commission the new drainage pump. For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
The Ministry of Public Works has assured that every effort is being made to address concerns regarding the deteriorating condition of the KWEBANNA roadway in Region 1. This assurance comes as preparatory work is already underway for rehabilitation of the said roadway following a $38 million contract that was signed last year with Renaissance Enterprise Inc. The ministry has explained that the current condition of the roadway is not representative of the general condition of the corridor and is primarily a consequence of ongoing roadwork being afflicted by inclement weather. It noted that torrential downpours within the area have led to materials placed on the road becoming slushy, which has led to a degraded surface and once traversed, vehicles stand the chance of being stuck. The ministry has said its team is currently exploring short-term measures to improve the condition of the roadway while it works to develop a long-term comprehensive maintenance plan for the thoroughfare. This, it said, will be done in partnership with the community. Coming up, energy security investments discussed as top U.S. officials visits Guyana and School Edition Dictionary on Caribbean Terms launched. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
Why you must vote at local government elections. Local government officials make decisions every day that affect the well-being of your life, the lives of your family and community. By voting for a voluntary group, political party or individual candidate of your choice, you will be electing the people who will make these very important decisions. If you don't vote, then you allow other people who do vote to choose local government officials without your input. Those others may not share your views about issues that matter to you. Voting also provides you with an opportunity to remind the elected government officials that they are accountable to you. Every eligible citizen has the right and responsibility to vote at local government elections. Monday, June 12, 2023 is Local Government Elections Day. For further information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Sally's Boutique is the place to shop when looking for quality high-end men and women footwear, wristwear, wallets, and clothing. Follow us on Instagram, Sally's Boutique GY. We're located at Charlotte Street between Camp and Wellington Streets. Contact us on 231-7519. That's 231-7519. WhatsApp 613-9578. That's 613-9578. Sally's Boutique, the new home of Clarks.
Play virtual blackjack for an exclusive gaming experience. Do you have what it takes to beat the dealer? Visit www.superbet.gy and check out all the different bet types. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly. Superbet, your best bet.
John Lewis Styles has opened a new department, now offering home goods. Here you can find quality sheets and towels, pillows, blankets, and even bath mats and shower curtains. Organize your laundry with clothes baskets, fabric steamers, irons, and ironing boards. For the kitchen, we have small appliances, towels and mittens, pot sets and dinner sets too. Decorate the house with mirrors, picture frames, floating shelves, and decorative pillows. All these and more on Waterloo Street. It's fashion for the home. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Department of State Bureau of Energy Resources Assistant Secretary Geoffrey R. Pyatt recently held a series of meetings with government officials and business leaders in Guyana, and a number of commitments were made. Rubicina Ryan reports that one such meeting was held with Vice President Dr. Barajak, where commitments were renewed in regard to fulfilling net zero and climate change commitments, and opportunities for U.S. investors were also discussed.
State Department official Geoffrey Pyatt on Wednesday met with Vice President Dr. Barajak. Accompanying him were United States Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch, Political and Economic Counselor at the U.S. Embassy Brian Hall, and Economic and Commercial Officer at the U.S. Embassy Thomas Seger. During his weekly press conference on Thursday, Jagdeo explained that both sides were able to discuss intentions of forging a long-term partnership in energy and energy transition, fulfilling climate change commitment, among other areas of mutual interest.
We had a good discussion, a long discussion yesterday about several issues, including the energy sector and our commitment to net zero, and the support from the U.S. government and the partnership moving forward. So both sides expressed the desire to forge a strong, lasting, long-term partnership in the issue of energy, the energy transition, and fulfilling our global commitments on climate change. So that I'm trying to shorten, but we discuss key elements of that.
According to the Vice President, Guyana also gave a commitment that investors from around the world are given a fair opportunity to participate in the country's development.
I assured the State Department that people here, investors here, U.S. and investors from any country in the world, China, India, etc., will be given a fair opportunity. We're looking for investments in this country in every sector that will bring benefit to our country and that will transform what are just opportunities into realizable projects. But at the same time, the investors, whilst they come here and can make a good return on their investments, that the people of this country, our people, have to significantly benefit from these investments.
Whilst in Guyana, Pyatt would have facilitated talks on U.S.-Caribbean partnership to address the climate crisis 2030, including the advancement of clean energy resources and resilient energy infrastructure in a timely manner and on a sustainable and affordable basis. Additionally, he took the opportunity to discuss Guyana's immense forests, plans for economic diversification, and major infrastructure upgrades such as the transformational gas-to-energy project. Rubicina Ryan, The Evening News.
Amid heavy downpours today, the capital city, as it often does, was flooded, a situation which has become overbearing for dwellers of Georgetown. Luana McAllister has the details.
A section of the flooded city of Georgetown on Thursday following more than 8 hours of heavy downpour. The usually bustling commercial districts at Robb and Regent Streets resembled a river as the floodwaters rose to knee height in some areas, making it nearly impossible for people to move around. The vendors in the area were hit practically hard by the flooding. Many of them had to frantically move their merchandise to higher ground, but some were unable to do so in time, resulting in significant losses. Here is what they had to say.
I've been working here for over 35 years.
Tell me about the situation with the flooding. How has it been? Has it gotten worse over the years that you've been working here?
For the past years that I know myself and I'm working here, the flood situation has not, it is not better. It's getting worse and worse each time because when the rain falls, the drains are clogged. And this is how we get in the flood. And when we got with stuff now, we got to take in the stuff, mostly perishable goods, and putting it over the road for fear fall. In the drain, you cannot sell the people back to drink. I think the government needs to do something about it. And for this local government election, I think people need to come out and vote for the. I don't business who go in, but vote for the right person to do the right things, because each and every one of them, whenever they do go in, they promise that they're going to do this for you, they can give you this and they give you that, and they does nothing. All of them does the same thing.
I'm out here 1989 to now. We had a big flood in 2005. Since then, we continue getting flood. The stands rotting, the board, the flooring rotting, the side rotting, everything rotting during the flood. Right? They're promising you come to take your name, to take your stand number, they're going to help you and give some assistance, some money. Ever since in 2005 we went through that big flood. Up to now, nothing. And you can see, we're in the stand again in the stand. All this thing is bad. The guy is vexed. I know. But the authorities can't assist me in this flooding, no way at all. Just promises.
The flooding on Regent Street and border market areas are just some of the many areas affected by the heavy rainfall. Other areas of the city, including East Rheinveld and Kitty, have also experienced flooding, with some residents reporting that the water levels were very high. Citing the failure of the Georgetown Mayor and City Council, the central government has been trying to address the drainage capacity of the city, with Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa and team visiting certain flood-prone areas and making interventions to prevent flooding. For the Evening News, Lawanda McAllister.
Tasia Dickinson joins us to report that the Nurses and Midwives Council has officially launched its continuing nursing education program for nurses, midwives, and nursing assistants, with the aim of enhancing their professional competencies. Here are the details.
The CNE Continuing Nursing Education, it's an activity where nurses who would have already been trained and registered with the Nurses and Midwives Council will have the opportunity now to improve their knowledge and skills in whichever category, respective of registered nurses, midwives, as well as nursing assistant and specialty areas, to improve their nursing competency to actually deliver care at health facility in a more effective and efficient manner, tailored to the needs of the patient. From today, it will be continuous. It will be offered all the time. And so we will have quarterly sessions throughout the year on different topic areas. And we will also have the sessions or the topics based on the level of the different categories, which would be the midwives, the registered nurses, as well as the nursing assistants.
That was chairperson of the Nurses and Midwives Council, Nurse Nicola Nero, during the launch of the inaugural presentation of the Continuing Nursing Education Program on Wednesday. According to Nero, this program will also be accessible online, and all nurses and midwives are mandated to register and complete 12 contact hours, which is equivalent to 3 credits of training per year. Proof of participation must be presented to the council before being relicensed. Meanwhile, Nero also highlighted some of the work the council has been doing over the past year.
We've been in existence for less than a year, the new members here now, and we would have done a lot so far. And so we would have started the development of the nursing regulations. So soon you will have a document in keeping with the Nurses and Midwives Act. A regulation will be out for you to have access. Also, we would have started the revision of forms, that's the registration forms. We are including more important areas. We would have started evaluation for the nursing educational institutions. That's the checklist or the questionnaire or the evaluation tool that we'll be using. We know that we have a lot of nursing schools, private nursing schools especially here now that are being set up. So we need to have a complete tool that will cater for those areas that are necessary for persons to continue, both private and public. We would have employed an assistant registrar. We also would have developed functions and roles of each committee members within the council. Now we're going to introduce an electronic database for recording or for reporting or for capturing information as it relates to the nurses. I think what you will really appreciate, especially the hinterland regions, we're going to start our registration outreaches. So instead of nurses coming to Region 4 on a yearly basis to relicense, we're going to go to you. We're going to provide that service.
Tasia Dickinson, The Evening News.
A quarantine pensioner is seeking the public's assistance after his house was last week destroyed by heavy winds. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports that the man is now forced to seek shelter at a relative's home.
68-year-old Michael Paddy had been living at the Lot 146 Gibraltar Road quarantine house since his boyhood days. He lived there alone after the passing of his brother 4 years ago. Last week, the two-bedroom wooden building fell to the ground. Paddy says it was as a result of a strong wind. He said the house had been leaking and he could not afford to provide the needed repairs. Since the incident, the Guyana Power and Light disconnected power supply to the building. According to the retired laborer of the former Guyana Water Authority, he is hoping to get assistance to rebuild.
I'm not in a position to fix it back.
Why?
And as I'm working as yet, because I'm a pensioner, I need someone to help me.
Paddy says he owns the land since the passing of his mother 22 years ago. He can be contacted on telephone number 691-8688. For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
To provide readers with a chance to expand their knowledge of Caribbean terms, the school edition of the Dictionary of Caribbean English Usage was on Tuesday launched during the University of Guyana's second Diaspora Conference. Pooja Rambaran has this story.
This book was edited by Dr. Jeanette Alsop, a linguistics lecturer at the University of West Indies and former UG lecturer, alongside the late Dr. Wendy Griffith Watson, a linguist and former Chief Education Officer in Barbados. It is a continuation of Alsop's first Dictionary of Caribbean English Usage, edited by her late husband, Dr. Richard Alsop, in 1996.
The original Dictionary of Caribbean English Usage was published 27 years ago, published and launched in 1996. And if you know it at all, or those who know it, it is a very sophisticated, linguistically sophisticated book, full of linguistic detail, and therefore inaccessible to most teachers, not to mention students. So as we consulted with each other and we ran ideas past each other as the book was being compiled, we said, no, we will have to do a school edition sometime in the future.
After many years, this school edition of the dictionary came into fruition, with Alsop describing this version as a thematic dictionary.
Although each entry follows the basic format of an entry in the original dictionary, it is slightly reduced You'll have what is called a head word, which is the word that is being treated or defined, always in boldface. A part of speech in italics, territorial labels, which are very important because everybody knows that across our region there are a number of different names for the same thing, and sometimes one thing is also sort of the name of a number of different things. 4-letter abbreviations for them, as you will see. Then what we call other names or allonyms. And these are the other names across the various territories of the region for the particular item. After that is the definition of the item. What is it? Which is a description, usually how it looks, what's the color, what's the shape, etc., etc., and then some more what we call encyclopedic information that says what it's for, what it's used for.
Alsop added that under each term, its etymology or history and a pictorial illustration are also included. Additionally, the dictionary has a list of Caribbean acronyms and abbreviations of Caribbean organizations, a general section that reflects information on various industries, machineries, and even utensils, a list of national symbols, and a list of dictionary skills.
Language is culture, and if you don't record and chronicle your language, you're not recording your culture. And it is crucial that this culture be recorded for posterity.
Pooja Brand for the Evening News.
And now for a look at the birds reports.
The Demerara Harbor Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Friday, May 12th at 10:30 hours and then again at 23 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Friday, May 12th at 9:45 hours for a period of 1.5 hours.
CPL 2023, Thomas transferred to St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, and Marks promises entertaining fight at return of the Scorpio. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Oh my lord! I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
Miss Anne! Miss Anne!
Oh, hi, darling.
Help me out with this thing, man. You just know everything. What's all this talk about local government election?
Local government refers to the mayor and councillors who manage the affairs of our towns, like Georgetown, and the chairman and councillors of the Neighborhood Democratic Council.
Oh, but why is that important to me?
Dolly, it is very important. Every day, local government officials make decisions that affect you, your family, and the community. They serve the people within the community in which they were elected.
Oh, Miss Anne, me not understand all them big words you use there. Tell me what local government does do.
All right, darling. Local government is responsible for maintaining and protecting public property, like our community centers and the playgrounds, for collecting the garbage, maintenance of the streets, cleaning of the drains and the carpets, and so much more.
Oh, I now understand. Thanks, Miss Anne.
You're welcome.
I'm going to show off for me friends them why I will vote at the local government elections.
That's a good thing. Let's go.
Monday, June 12, 2023 is Local Government Elections Day. For further information, contact GCOM or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.g.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Miners, welders, and contractors. Have broken parts caused you tremendous downtime? Do you need an extra heavy-duty, dependable welding machine that will get the toughest jobs done and can also double as a generator to power all of your tools? Well, your #1 industrial solutions provider Sylvies has you covered. We currently have in stock the Hobart Champion Elite Arc Welder and Generator. This capable electric start generator produces up to 11,000 watts of AC power to run tools, work lights, or backup power during an outage. It can simultaneously deliver 150 amps weld output and 8,000 watts of generator power and can run up to 14 hours on one 12-gallon tank of gas. This portable generator handles mild steel, stainless steel, and cast iron with a maximum thickness of ½ inch in a single pass. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.